John Russell, born 1954, in London, is an acoustic guitarist who has worked exclusively in the field of free improvisation since the 1970s. He has been active consistently during that time as a promoter of concerts of freely improvised music in London, providing hundreds of playing opportunities for both local and international musicians. Russell has appeared on more than 50 published recordings. He has been described as an acoustic guitar loyalist who always manages to combine a classical delicacy with the fire of rock. Early years. John Russell was raised by his paternal grandparents in rural Kent, and his grandfather gave him his first guitar at the age of 11. At school, he taught himself guitar and formed a group to perform in his compositions. He discovered free improvisation after King Crimson guitarist Robert Fripp suggested that Derek Bailey and Sonny Sharrock were the two musicians doing the most to push the boundaries of the instrument. On moving to London at the age of 17, he quickly became involved with the free improvisation scene, playing at the Little Theatre Club, run by drummer and educated John Stevens, becoming a member of the Musicians' Co-op and starting to organize concerts. In 1975, he helped co-found the journal Musics. Russell took weekly lessons in conventional technique from Derek Bailey for about a year. Then in 1977 he gave up the electric guitar to play the acoustic guitar exclusively. Music. While his mature guitar technique inevitably overlaps with that of Derek Bailey, there are important differences. In a review of Analecta, Emanum, 2006, Nate Dorward writes, Russell's debt to the instrumental vocabulary of Derek Bailey is clear throughout, especially in his attraction to wide intervals, his resolutely segmented, percussive attack, and his systematic variation of timbre and means of production. Open string, fretted, harmonic, behind the bridge pling. It's in subtler matters of pacing and mood that his individuality comes through. He tends to dwell pensively, almost circularly, on chords or motive excels that Bailey would have brusquely disposed of, and has a very different approach to group playing, preferring to merge into the larger ensemble sound, whatever the size of the group, and play with rather than against or aslant his musical partners. Quote, in 1983, he appeared in the Channel 4 TV documentary Jazz on 4. Crossing Bridges, which looked at 6 innovators of jazz and improvised guitar. The other players were Brian Godding, Fred Frith, Ron Jeesen, Hans Reichel and Keith Rowe. Apart from solo playing, Russell can be seen playing in numerous one-off performances with musicians at his monthly Mopamoso Club in London. He tours regularly, has a long-running trio with saxophonist John Butcher and violinist Phil Durrant, and duos with Roger Turner, Stephen Kuhn, Phil Minton, Evan Parker and Luke Houtkamp. In 1981, he founded Quaqua, an ensemble that varies in size and draws from a large pool of improvisers. In 2009 he formed House Full of Flaws with Evan Parker and John Edwards. In the last few years Russell has ended his exclusive association with acoustic guitar by playing electric guitar in several live performances, including as part of Evan Parker's electro-acoustic ensemble and in a duo with Sonic Youth's Thurston Moore. In December 2014 Russell played in a concert with Evan Parker, Thurston Moore and others to celebrate his 60th birthday despite being under hospital supervision for a serious heart condition. After a quadruple heart bypass operation in March 2015, he was reported to be well on the road to recovery. His feature on the late Japanese improvising guitarist Masayuki Takayanagi was broadcast on BBC Radio 3's Jazz on 3 on the 22nd of February 2010. Other notable improvising acoustic guitar recordings include Greenwood, Emanum, 2002, by Roger Smith and Velocity of Hue by Elliot Sharp. Emanum, 2003. Actor Records. In 1988, Russell helped establish Actor Records in association with John Butcher and Phil Durrant in order to release the trio's debut recording Conceits. The label went on to produce a number of vinyl LPs, CDs and cassettes with the focus on free improvisation. Moppomoso. In the mid-1980s, Russell founded the improvised music club Moppomoso with help initially from pianist, trumpeter and composer Chris Byrne. The club promoted around 300 regular monthly concerts at the Red Rose Club in London until the venue's transfer of ownership in January 2008. The club relocated to the Vortex Jazz Club later that same year, and its monthly promotions are ongoing. Performers at the club include established as well as younger players, local musicians and international guests. Notable players have recently included Evan Parker, Richard Barrett, Lol Coxhill, John Butcher, Louis Moholo, Phil Minton, Brian Weston, Roger Turner, Tim Hodgkinson, Maggie Nichols, Tanya Chen, Sabuto Yozumi, Steve Beresford, Gino Robert, John Coxon, Alexander Hawkins, Caroline Crabble, Cleveland Watkiss, Lawrence Casserly, Trevor Watson, Max Eastley. Moppomoso special promotions include an annual Christmas event featuring a large number of improvising musicians playing over the course of an afternoon and evening in various combinations, occasional workshops, and Fete Quaqua, where a large pool of musicians is assembled to play in different groupings over the course of 3 evenings in a similar manner to Derek Bailey's Company Week. In 2013, Sound and Music took the club on a 7-date tour of England. Selected discography. John Russell has performed on over 50 published recordings. Besides those listed, Russell also appears on recordings by Lol Coxhill, Terry Day, Hugh Davies, Gunther Chrisman, John Rose, Chris Burns Ensemble and various Evan Parker projects, as well as a number of CDs of recordings from the Freedom of the City festivals. A full discography is maintained at European Free Improvisation pages, with various improvising groups. Tea Time, 1975. Incas, with Gary Todd, Dave Solomon, Nigel Coombs, and Steve Beresford. Artless Sky, 1979. Core, with Roger Turner and Toshinori Kondo. Vario 2, 1980. Moa's Music, with Martin Altina, Gunter Chrisman, Paul Lovins and Maggie Nichols. The Fairly Young Bean, 1981. Amanum, with Martin Altina and Terry Day. Wild Pathway Favorites, 1988. Ladder Rung, with Martin Archer and others. News from the Shed, 1989. Actor, with Butcher, Durrant, Lovins, Malfatti, Russell. Orchestre, 1992. ITM Classics, with Radu Malfatti's Orchestre. London Airlift, 1996. FMP, with Evan Parker, John Edwards, Mark Sanders. 3 Planets, 2003. Amanum, with Ute Folker and Maciej Wierchowski. The Merciless Concert, 2006. Inaudible, with Jean Demy and Jean-Michel van Schouwburg. Vario 44, 2006. Edition Explico, with John Butcher, Roger Turner, Thomas Lane, Dorothy Horace Church and Gunter Chrisman. Analecta, 2006. Amanum, in various duos and a 9-piece quaqua. All recorded at Moppomoso. House Full of Flaws, 2009. Zardik Records, with Evan Parker, John Edwards and Alex Kolkowski. With 2015. Amanum, 60th Birthday Concert with Thurston Moore, Evan Parker, etc. Solo recordings. Home Cooking, 1978. Incas, From Next to Last, 2002. Amanum, Hista, 2009. Psy, with Butcher, Durrant, Russell. Conceits, 1987. Actor. Concert Moves. 1992. Random Acoustics. The Scenic Route. 1998. Amanam. Roger Turner Duo. Birthdays. 1996. Amanam. The Second Sky. 2001. Amanam. Stephen Kuhn Duo. Excerpts and Offerings. 2000. Actor. Frequency of Use. 2002. Nani Schindler. Within. Trio. 2015. Pieces of Solitude. V.A. Fongul. With Natalie Sandtorv, Stale Lievik Solberg. John Russell. International Who's Who in Popular Music. 2002. Routledge. Artist website. Biography and discography on European free improvisation pages. Guitarist. John Russell. A short film by Helen Petz on YouTube. Two Figures in a Vortex. Film Inton. John Russell. A short film by Helen Petz. Actor Records Catalog. Actor Records. Impetus site. Mopamoso.com. Mopamoso concert footage on YouTube. Further reading. Watson, Ben. June 1997. Close to the Edge. The Wire No. 160. pp. 42-43. Johnson, Alan. Autumn. 1997. John Russell. Acoustic Guitarist. Avant. No. 3. p. 25. Russell, John. 1993. Somewhere There's Music. Rubberneck 15. Ferraris. Andrea. November 2008. Chain D. L. K presents an interview with John Russell. Chain D. L. K. Grundy. David. August 2009. An interview with John Russell. Ear Trip Magazine Issue 4. pp. 26-34.